Welcome to BBC London. I'm Victoria Hollins. We start with more on the expansion of the scrappage scheme for vehicles that don't comply with London's ultra-low emission zone. The Mayor has announced that owners of all cars that are non-compliant will be eligible for a grant of up to £2,000 and van owners could get up to £7,000. Charities will also get more help, but only those who live in London boroughs will be eligible to apply for the scrappage scheme. Our correspondent Tara Welsh has been speaking to the Mayor.
So, has this decision been based on political pressure from your leadership?
Well, I've been clear from day one, the decision to expand the ULEZ was a difficult one. Not a decision I took lightly, but it's a vital one. I'm simply not willing to delay, step back from or water down this vital health and green policy to expand the ULEZ. Why? Because it's been shown to save lives, protect children's lungs, but also tackle the climate emergencies.
We know about your reasons for it, but in terms of doing this 3 weeks before it's happening, why now? Why didn't you do it before?
Because what I said at the outset is that support's got to be targeted towards the lowest income Londoners. So we targeted our support towards low-income families. We also targeted the support towards the smallest businesses, what's called micro businesses. Those businesses employ less than 10 people, and those charities with minibuses. The good news is after 6 months, we saw in June, there was still a lot of money left over. So we expanded the support. The announcement today will mean more Londoners will benefit. So no Londoner with a non-compliant vehicle, no business in London with a non-compliant vehicle will be left behind. So if you've got a car or a motorbike that's not compliant, you can now get support.
But if they don't get the grant in time, will you waive the £12.50 fee?
Well, the ULEZ will be expanded on August the 29th. I announced that policy in November last year. I want to be quite clear about this. What I'm unwilling to do is to delay, water down, or step back from these vital health and green policies that do save lives.
The Mayor speaking to Tara Welsh there. Well, 5 councils tried to block ULEZ expansion in court but failed last week. They included Surrey County Council, which isn't covered by the scrappage scheme.
We're really concerned, and we still are, about the significant financial and social impacts that it would have on many Surrey residents and businesses who regularly need to cross the ULEZ boundary every day for journeys such as education, employment, health appointments, or even just visiting family and friends. You don't travel by artificial local authority boundaries. So we really are still urging TfL and the Mayor of London to extend that car scrappage scheme outside of London for those that are impacted, provide that exemption for key workers, and provide more and better bus routes between Surrey and London.
Well, for all aspects of the debate on ULEZ and the scrappage scheme, you can of course head over to our website. There's details there now. Now, it treats some of the most critically injured patients, but London's Air Ambulance is a charity which needs to raise £15 million by next autumn to replace its helicopter fleet. BBC London's been given special access to see the medics at work. Our health correspondent, Carl Mercer, joined the team, and a warning, there are some flashing images coming up.
Bearing a distance, Sandy. 200 miles, 210.
It's a job where every minute counts. Whether they're in the well-known red helicopter,
we are en route to 15 minutes, 5 minutes,
or in the less well-known cars they use at night or when the helicopter's not flying. It's about getting to some of London's most severely injured patients as quickly as possible.
We have a sort of full, effectively critical care unit in the back of the ambulance, but we can't carry all of it at once, so we start deciding and rationalising what we're going to take.
They've been called to a car crash, a young man in need of help.
Patient climbed out of the car, fell over, struck his head, had a brief cardiac arrest. That means his heart stopped, he stopped breathing.
When they arrive, they take over, helped by the crews already there.
He's gone into the back of someone?
Back of a car.
We bring extra kit, we bring extra skills, we bring some leadership and direction and guidance. And it's a little bit like a relay race or a chain, and we're just another link in the chain.
Yeah, guys, we've been called to assist one of our advanced paramedic colleagues.
Their next call is to a young woman who's stopped breathing. They need to get there quickly, but safely.
We aren't going to discuss clinical information about the job now, so Lindsay isn't distracted by that while she's driving. So our focus now is to just navigate there effectively and safely. So she's currently unconscious with really ineffective breathing, so we need to support that by putting a tube into her lungs and giving some special medications that only we carry to try and help correct the problem with her asthma, which is causing very severe narrowing of her airways. So we're going to go and do that quite quickly now, all right?
They stabilise the patient, who's then transferred to an ambulance and taken to hospital. Robbie in the ambulance, Lindsay following, and with the patient delivered, her work continues.
So right now I need to make sure that all our equipment is back where it should be, and also restock the bags to make sure that we have enough to hand if we were to have to do another anaesthetic.
And as they clear up, time for a debrief with London Ambulance colleagues, an important part of every job they do.
These jobs are quite stressful. We see a lot of these intense jobs, you know, with our daily work. That's what we're here for. But the ambulance service crews may only see 1 or 2 jobs like that a year. So there's a lot going on. They can be quite intense. So it's important to allow people to talk about the job, how they're feeling. But also, there's always lots of, you know, really good clinical learning.
Red base, minute 3, mobile, ET of 1515.
As night falls, Amar and Kevin take over in the cars. They're off to East London, a car crash with lots of resources sent. A man has been hit by a car. They take control at the scene, able to give the patient stronger drugs than the other medical teams. They stabilise him, then take him to the nearest major trauma hospital. Another patient cared for, one of nearly 2,000 that London's air ambulance saw last year, a record number.
One of the challenges of the job is making sure that you're always ready to be sent on what could be the worst job and the biggest job that you've ever had to deal with and will ever have to deal with.
And tomorrow, they'll do it all again. Carl Mercer, BBC London.
And we'll have a special programme about London's air ambulance. We'll be live from the helipad at 6:30. In other news, there'll be no rail services from London to Brighton's Pride event this weekend. Govia Thameslink said the difficult decision is necessary due to staff shortages and safety concerns. Brighton Station will be closed and the Gatwick Express won't run. National Express is now offering 1,000 extra seats on coaches to Brighton. And Luton is getting its own version of the well-known board game Monopoly. A public consultation will be held on which landmarks to include. The move follows Luton Town Football Club's promotion to the Premier League. Time for the weather then with Elizabeth Rizzini.
Hello there, good afternoon. Well, Storm Anthony has now been named by the Met Office. It's a very deep area of low pressure, particularly for this time of year. Moving in from the west overnight and through the day tomorrow, that's when we'll really see the effects of it across the capital. Some strong gusty winds, especially towards the south, and outbreaks of rain on and off throughout the day. So some rather stormy autumnal weather heading our way. Some autumnal weather watcher pictures too, as captured earlier on this morning in Twickenham and in Oakwood. We do have some wet weather around today too. It's out towards the east. Showers moving through on a northwesterly wind. Some of the showers likely to be heavy and thundery later on through the day, but we're not all seeing them. It's drier and brighter the further west you are generally. Some bright spells wherever you are too. Top temperatures of 17 to 20 degrees Celsius, so a little cooler than it would normally be at this time of year. Overnight tonight it's dry for a time, but we look out towards the west where the cloud is thickening and the storm system will be approaching. The rain will start through tomorrow morning and it won't really stop throughout the day, but it will turn a bit more showery as we head through the afternoon, possibly some heavy downpours at times. Gusts of wind of up to 30 to 40 miles an hour, particularly towards the south as we go through the second half of the day, and temperatures very disappointing, 15 or 16 degrees Celsius. Remember, the trees are all in full leaf at the moment and some of those winds could cause problems. But the storm spirals off as we head into Saturday night and Sunday morning. Still possibly a few outbreaks of rain, a legacy of cloud towards the east, but Sunday is a drier and a brighter day.
Welcome news. OK, that's it. Don't forget to join us at 6:30 when Assad will be live on London's Air Ambulance helipad. That's all the day's news on our website as well. But from all of us for now, enjoy your afternoon. Bye-bye.